Hello friends. I'm actually in my utility room right now, as you can tell by the air handler behind me, and there's a reason why I'm in here. If you watch my YouTube videos, you know that I build and assemble PCBs for computers and computer equipment and peripherals, things like that, from the 1970s, sometimes 1980s, but I haven't really gone back that much further than 1970. So in this video I want to show you a computer from the 1960s, and actually 1963 to be precise. And I got this computer from Facebook Marketplace, which I browse occasionally here and there, you know, whenever I have time. And it came up and I was intrigued, and this computer looked pretty interesting. I've never seen it before, but a gentleman here locally posted it on Facebook Marketplace, and I actually went to look at it. He was apparently he was actually getting rid of his father's stuff from back in the day. His father was a surveyor, and he ran a surveying business, and he actually well, this gentleman told me that his father used this computer for his surveying business. And the computer that I'm talking about is actually the LGP-21, and I'm actually sitting on it right now. Let me just show you right over here. LGP-21, and this is the control data LGP-21, as you can see right over here. The LGP-21 was actually initially created by a company called LibreScope, and the LGP, I believe it stood for general purpose, so the GP, general purpose, and the L for the LibreScope. So general purpose computer, model number 21, and it's actually I guess we could call it a little brother of another computer that they created called the LGP-30. So the LGP-30, I believe they actually created it in the 1950s, or produced it in the 1950s, 1954 to be precise. And that computer was actually created with vacuum tubes and things like that. It was actually pretty big. So when I actually went to the computer museum in Mountain View, the Computer History Museum, the LGP-30 was on display there, and it was actually a big machine. And this right here, I mean, this was actually supposed to be the newer model, the LGP-21. It was actually much smaller. I mean, it's not that much smaller. If you look at it, it's like a desk, a table. I don't know how to compare it, but it's actually still pretty big computer. And this is the main computer here. And the LGP-30 was created with vacuum tubes, and the LGP-21 is the transistorized version of it. And it's actually about 1/3 of the speed of the LGP-30, which is actually interesting because the LGP-30 is older, but it consumed a lot less power, and it was actually a lot smaller and weighed a lot less. I think this particular one, just the computer itself, weighs about 90 pounds. The computer was actually sold for $16,000 back in the day, so in today's money it's probably around $150,000, $160,000. Which is actually a lot of money if you think about it, but back then computers were pretty expensive. And I also used an interesting mechanism for memory. So it didn't have like random access memory RAM. It had like a circular magnetic, I guess, drum you could call it, which basically rotated and fetched the memory. So it's, I guess you could say it's pretty fragile. I have not turned it on. I have not plugged it in, and the reason why is because I don't think I am qualified to actually restore this computer if it's not working. I would rather leave it to somebody else, so I'm not going to actually plug it in, but I will show you a little bit of the insides to see what's inside. I sort of opened it a little bit to kind of look inside quickly, figure out how to open it, things like that, but I have not really dug in to see what's inside. So we're going to actually do it together right now. And as you notice, that there is actually a side table right over here, and that side table is actually so look at the full system. I guess the full system weighed about 150 pounds or so, but the full system would have been included sort of like a typewriter. It's called a forget what it's called. Maybe somebody can mention it in the comments, but it had this sort of typewriter to input data into the computer, and it also had you could optionally get a tape reader. And also like a display. I believe it was like an oscilloscope display for it. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what's inside. So this is what the back looks like, and the reason why I'm showing you the back is because we actually need to unscrew some of these screws here to open it up. But before we do that, actually I went ahead and unscrewed it, but before we open it up, I actually want to just show you the back a little bit. We got a couple of ports here. We got the power connector right over here and some plugs here. I'm not sure what that's for, probably for like the peripherals. Got some fuses here. And we got this record enable on and off and interlock, so I'm not sure what those are for, but we have some additional ports that we could use. So one for punch, model B, this is the display port, so I just remembered that typewriter thing is called the flexor writer, and I believe it's plugged in right over here, and this is the tape reader. And let's take a look at this serial number. So the serial number is actually 128. I believe there were maybe like about 150 of these computers that were produced, and this model number, or I guess the serial number, is 128. So it was closer to the high end of the serial numbers. That'd be my guess. So let's go ahead and open it up. And the way we do it is we basically just lift this whole top up. Here, let me just show you. We open it up like this, and this top actually removes by sliding it to the right, or actually the left from the front. I had to put my phone down to actually remove this cover, but it's off right now. It's funny, man. There's just so much stuff in here. It's like a time capsule. So look at this. Looks like a stamp, 44. There's a bunch of more stamps. This one's 32. Looks like somebody lost their stamp collection in here, but it's kind of disgusting in here, actually. Like it's glued in there. There is a gold dollar in here. I can't really read the date on it. Here's a quarter. Now this one's from 2003. Another stamp. There's a dime, but yeah, it's pretty messy. Actually, I found a little brush here somebody dropped. Anyway, it's actually kind of disgusting in here, to tell you the truth. It would need a lot of cleaning. But this is the actual drum memory, and as you can see, it has these like little readers here, and it kind of spins underneath. I'm guessing that's where it spins, but it's like little, I think these right here are actually registers. We have like an accumulator, some other stuff here, but yeah, I don't know too much about it. I just kind of know the basics of it, so I can't really tell you much about it. But let's take a look at inside here and see what the PCBs actually look like. As we can see, there's the actual drum, or the spinner. I believe that's the black thing. It's kind of hard to see here, but it has a couple of transformers around it, and there's that PCB right over here. Maybe that is the one that controls the memory. Basically, that's the memory controller, but that'd be just a guess here because I have no idea. But the PCB actually looks pretty good. Yeah, it's a pretty good quality PCB, aside from like a bit of dust here and there. Yeah, there's a couple of dust here as well, which would need to be cleaned up, but overall it actually looks pretty good. Now under this here, under these buttons, we got this power button, IO button, stop and start, and we got a whole bunch of buttons here, which I'm not going to get into. But under all of this, this whole thing actually opens up, and we can access the PCBs underneath it. And the PCBs underneath it are basically, you can insert any PCBs you want into it, but the ones that are in here, they, for example, control the IO ports, the tape reader, things like that. So to open this up, we just have to unscrew these 3 screws here, which I already did, and this thing just opens up like this. And that's underneath the panel, and we got all these wires connected to the switches. And let me see if I can actually lower it like this, just so it sits. Yeah, that should do it. And that's what's inside of it. To me, it looks pretty good. It does have a lot of dust. As you can see, I can just, let me see if I can show you. If I run my finger and just all the dust in it, but yeah, it can definitely be cleaned up. I do see some, well, it looks like burn marks, but I don't think it's burn marks. Let me just bring some light here. It looks like just some, like somebody spilled, for example, some Coke in here or something, and it spilled in here and probably needs to be cleaned out, but I don't think anything here looks burnt. Looks like pretty good condition. And of course it has other PCBs on here, but it is sort of hard to get under there. I'm gonna have to remove the PCBs that are on top in order to get under the other ones. But let me see if I can actually get a side shot here with some light so we can take a look. Alright, so there's the top one, and then the other one right under it. And what is that, 4 more PCBs? I mean, from this angle, they look pretty decent. So in my opinion, overall, I think the condition is very good, except for all that junk in there. Of course, this computer is from 1960, and it's, I mean, basically a little over 60 years old. So yeah, we're gonna collect a whole bunch of junk in this computer over time. That's sort of inevitable. But I think it can be cleaned up. So let me go ahead and just close this cover up. So I've been holding off making this video for a while, and the reason why is because I wanted to restore this computer, but I just didn't have the time. I had other projects going on and things like that, so I couldn't really get to it. And also, it's been sitting in my utility room, as I mentioned, taking up space. So I decided that it's probably time to get rid of it. And I just want to let you know that if you are interested in this computer, I will be posting it on eBay. So take a look at that if you're interested. But I do want to get rid of it to somebody that actually has the expertise to restore it, and I would like to actually see it restored, because I mean, it's a pretty rare machine. I haven't seen any in the wild at all. I think I might have seen one video, I guess, of an LGP-21 on YouTube. That's pretty much it. So these are pretty rare machines, so I don't want to try to restore it without the expertise on restoring machines like this, especially this type of memory. So I'm actually saddened to have to let go of it, but unfortunately I don't have the expertise to restore this kind of machine, as I mentioned. And I think, you know, I had this dream of creating a little museum here locally in my house or in my vicinity here, and I have computers that I think will fit my space, but this computer is just too big for that, and it's a little bit too bulky for me. I feel like it would belong better in a more proper museum, so unfortunately I have to get rid of it. So let me know in the comments what you think of this computer, and if maybe I should potentially keep it, you know, and try to restore it. But as of now, I sort of have to get rid of it. Thank you for watching this video, and be on the lookout for the other videos that are coming your way, including a Selby video that I'll be working on soon. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.